Hey guys, today I thought I would show you guys all of the books that are on my physical TBR. So not my Goodreads TBR, which has like 300 and something books on it. These are the books that I own physically on my own shelf that I haven't read yet. I'm going to count them at the end because I know I had a goal this year to whittle down my number of unread books, and I have a feeling I haven't done that. I might have actually added to that number, but I'll check at the end. The first is actually a comic series rather than a book, but it is the Runaways comic series. I've read up to number 6 and I've got 7, 8, 9, 11 and 12. I realized recently when I was like pulling out all my unread books, very annoyingly, number 10 never arrived in the mail to me. Next is one that I bought myself recently off Book Depository, and that is Sadie by Courtney Summers. This is a YA kind of mystery novel, I guess. It's about a girl whose sister was murdered and she decides to investigate it. There's a podcast that goes along with this book that I'm really excited for, so yeah. Next is an unauthorized biography of My Chemical Romance. So this is about the band My Chemical Romance, which was one of my favorite bands of all time. I say was because they've disbanded now, but I still love them, so I am excited to read this one at some point. I got it secondhand for like $1 a while ago. Next, I have a bunch of books by John Green. These are going to come up out of order because everything's muddled, but the first one is An Abundance of Catherines, which I don't really know a lot about. The back cover says that it's about a guy named Colin who dates 19 different girls called Catherine. So yeah. Next is one by John Green and David Levithan, which is Will Grayson, Will Grayson. Again, I don't know much about this one. I'm guessing it's a romance, maybe? I don't know. Next is one that's real old. I bought this from a secondhand bookstore like possibly 10 years ago, I don't know. It's A Passage to India by E.M. Forster. This one is about like the British Empire in India around that time period. I purchased this one because it was on like the Rory Gilmore's book list, and it's just one that I haven't got around to reading in that amount of time. It's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, looking forward to getting to this one eventually. There are some real gems on that list, like some of my all-time favourite books have come from that list. Next is a New Zealand classic. It's The Bone People by Kerry Hulme. I think I remember my dad saying this was really good. I don't know if he's actually read it or if he just heard that it was good, but that's why I've held on to it. Next, I have Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This is the first 2 books in the Dark Artifices series, which is like based in her Shadowhunter world. This series I think is set in LA. I'm really excited to start it. Both of these were purchased for me by my friend Yasmin, and I haven't gotten to them yet, but I definitely will soon because I'm so excited to have both of these, and I just love these covers. They're beautiful. Then I have the Shadowhunters and Denizens of the Downworld by Cassandra Clare, illustrated by Cassandra Jean. This is one that I have started reading. It's basically a guide to like all of the characters from the Shadowhunters world. The reason I haven't read through all of this yet is because I haven't read the Dark Artifices yet, so I didn't want to have spoilers in case any of those characters like die or something. I didn't want to get spoiled for it, so yeah. Next is one that I started a long time ago. I think it was 7 years ago I started reading this book and I just never finished it. I am really curious about this one. I don't remember anything, so I'd have to start all over again, but it just sounds very interesting to me. It says it's about Gideon Mack, who is basically having some trouble. He's doubting the existence of God, but then he falls into a gorge and gets rescued by the devil. So this sounds very interesting and I'm curious to read it after all this time. Next is one that I again started reading. I read it for like the first chapter tag or something years ago, and I have before that I'd borrowed it from my brother when I was in high school or something because he loved this book, I think. I borrowed it from him, held onto it for way too long, and then I gave it back because I felt bad I'd had it for so long. So I really need to get onto this one day. This is like a bucket list book for me. Like, I want to read it, you know, sometime in my life, but it's just intimidating because it's very hefty. Next is a book from the author of my favorite book of all time, which is The Secret History. This is The Goldfinch. My brother bought this for me for my birthday this year, and I have been really excited to read it. I just haven't got onto it yet, but I definitely will do because I loved Donna Tartt's other book, The Secret History, so much. I've got another one of hers in this pile, which I will get to, I'm sure, eventually. But yeah, looking forward to this one. It's about a boy who is in New York. He's been taken in by a wealthy family friend, and there's some kind of mysterious painting. Yeah, it sounds good. Next, I have The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. This one is a really beautiful edition of it. Yasmin gave this to me because she didn't want to hold on to it. I have been putting off reading this one because I know it's going to be sad. So yeah, if you've read it, leave me something encouraging in the comments that will make me want to read it. I know it's going to be good though. I have a feeling about it. I hope I enjoy it when I read it. But yeah. Next I have another one that I bought years ago from the Rory Gilmore's book list, which is Out of Africa by Karen Blixen. Really need to read this one ASAP. It's a non-fiction book about a woman who in like the early 1900s goes and lives in Africa with her husband. Next I've got another one of those John Green books, The Fault in Our Stars. I've seen the movie of this book, just haven't read the book, so. And here is the other Donna Tartt book, which is The Little Friend. So this one is about a family. One of their children dies, and then 11 years later the other child sets out to find the murderer and like punish them for their crime, sort of thing. Sounds very dark, but again, it's Donna Tartt, so I'm really excited to read this one. I have another John Green book. It is Looking for Alaska. This is the one where a while ago I asked, out of like all the John Green books, which one is the best, which one should I start with, and everyone said Looking for Alaska, so I'm really excited about this one. Next I have the second book in a series. The first one was called Dream Hunter and it's by Elizabeth Knox, so this is Dream Quake by Elizabeth Knox. Dream Hunter is about a girl that lives in a world, it's like a fantasy book, where there are dream hunters, so not everyone can dream. So dreams are something that certain people have the ability to go into a kind of like I don't know what you call it, like a parallel dimension or something, and they can go collect dreams and then bring them back and sell them for entertainment. So like instead of going to the movies, you'd go and have a dream that someone else has collected for you. And yeah, all this other stuff happens. It's a really good book. It's a New Zealand book series, which is awesome as well, and this is the sequel, so yeah. Next is another sequel. This is the sequel to The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. It is The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. So The Gentleman's Guide is about a guy called Monty and his best friend Percy. They go on an adventure through Europe together. It's in the 1700s, I think, and Monty has a sister called Felicity, and that's who this book is about. So excited for it because that first one was so good. The next couple of books are ones that I bought a little while ago. I think I had a voucher or something, and I have been so excited to read these. This one is The Martian by Andy Weir. This is a super popular book, which is also of course a movie as well, which I haven't seen. I want to read the book first, but I've heard such good things about it. I've heard it's very like sci-fi, but it has, because of the protagonist, it has like a kind of comedic aspect to it, which I'm really looking forward to, so this one sounds really good. Another one that has a movie that I haven't seen but I'm going to watch it after I've read it is Call Me By Your Name. This one I bought because I saw the trailer for the movie and I thought it looked amazing, and then I realized it was based on a book, and then Helen, Capricious Helen, I'll link her channel down below, she talked about this book in one of her videos and it reminded me that I should read it, so I picked it up. So yeah. Next I have a book that was sent to me by Victoria University Press. This is We Can Make a Life by Chessie Henry, which is a memoir based on her dad. He was a doctor, I think, that was like first on the scene kind of thing at the CCTV building after the Christchurch earthquake, which you New Zealanders will know what I'm talking about. If you don't, if you're like from overseas or whatever, we had a really big earthquake in a New Zealand city called Christchurch a few years ago. It was really horrific, so I think this book will be really interesting. Next is a book that I don't know anything about. It's called The New Ships, and this was another one sent to me by Victoria University Press. It has a really cool cover. Finally, the last book on my physical TBR is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This one I bought because a friend gave me a voucher and she recommended this book, so I thought I would get this one with the voucher that she gave me, and I'm really excited for it. It's about a group that tries to pull off like a heist of some kind. Oh, I actually forgot, I've got more books. Hold on. I forgot the books that I'm currently reading. Let's just have a look. So this book isn't mine. It's technically on my physical TBR because I have it physically, but I borrowed it from a friend. It's A Glimpse of Eternity, Ian McCormack's story told by Jenny Sharkey. I'm also currently reading Headlands edited by Naomi Arnold. This is another New Zealand book. It's a whole lot of short stories or essays by different New Zealanders about their experiences with anxiety. This is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. This is another one that Yasmin bought me, and it's a classic. It's about a girl who reads too many like sensational novels or something like that, and it leads to embarrassing consequences or something like that. So it sounds like a really fun Jane Austen novel. So now I'm going to count up how many books there are. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, I've got 27 unread books plus the Runways comics. I don't know if I should count them because they're so short. So technically 32, but kind of 27. I just want to check what my goal was. Reduce unread books to 10. I don't know how many I started with, but I certainly have not reduced it to 10 by any means. And yeah, to reduce it to 10, I'd have to read 17 books by the end of the year. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Might attempt it, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I will laugh if I get to that point. You guys will be so proud of me. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you read any of these books, and I will see you guys with another video in a couple of days. Bye.